The Incredible Spinning Wheel. Before he died, the old man told Jake and Chloe something incredible about the spinning wheel in the attic. "It doesn't spin wool," he whispered with a dark gleam in his eye. "Oh no, it's much cleverer than that. It spins real live stories. Once you step into the attic, the story will begin." Chloe had looked at him wide-eyed. "Be careful," he had warned. "Stay still and stick together." And now Jake and Chloe were right outside the attic door. "Are you sure this is a good idea?" asked Chloe in a quavery voice. "Wicked!" grinned Jake. "Come on, let's go in." "Jake," said Chloe, "where's the spinning wheel?" "I can hear it, but I can't see it." And when she turned around, there was no Jake to be seen either. Just trees, more and more of them, with swaying branches. A fat blackbird was hopping along the ground. It kept turning its head, looking at Chloe, then hopping a little further. "Maybe it can lead me to Jake," Chloe said to herself. So Chloe began to follow the bird, and immediately many more blackbirds joined the strange procession. They hopped purposefully and powerfully along. "Where are they taking me?" Chloe asked herself. But still she followed them, and their hopping turned to a curious bobbing up and down on the spot. Then one by one they took flight, soaring and swooping amongst the clouds. Chloe squinted up at the black and white swirls in the sky. Something incredible was happening. The blackbirds were buffing and shuffling the clouds with their wings, lining them up like fluffy stepping stones that led from the ground by Chloe's feet, up, up, up into the sky. It looked so tempting, but so scary. Very carefully, heart banging, Chloe stepped onto the cloud train. Immediately, the train left the ground and the clouds began to rise and fall, snaking up and down like a cotton wool roller coaster in the sky. Wow, it was such a great idea of Jake's to go into the attic. But wait a minute, where was Jake? Chloe sensed the danger before she saw it. A change in the air. The clouds shuddered. A giant bird was approaching, its vast wings flapping until the sky quaked. The clouds rocked as the bird drew nearer and nearer. Chloe stared in horror, clinging to its back. Terrified and frozen was Jake. His fingers were losing their grip, and the next minute he plunged down and down. Chloe stared in horror. The clouds were still, the giant bird flew off, Jake was nowhere to be seen. Chloe closed her eyes. When she opened them a few seconds later, she was kneeling on the ground beside Jake. He lay completely still. Chloe shook him. "Jake, wake up!" But he didn't move. The friendly blackbird came to help. It jabbed its beak into Jake's leg, then shook its wings. Immediately, blackbirds swarmed in from all sides, and Chloe gasped at the thought of so many sharp beaks. But there was no attack, just a strange dance. The birds strutted and twisted, fluttered and flounced. Chloe watched and waited. The dance seemed to have a meaning. The birds were moving in a strange, intricate pattern. Then, soft as a whisper, they rose into the sky because Jake had woken up. Chloe gripped his hand tight. "I'm so scared, Jake. How do we get back to the attic?" "Stay still," whispered Jake shakily, "and stick together. That's what the old man said, isn't it?" So they both stood perfectly still. Gradually, the trees began to disappear. Beyond them, the clouds fizzled away, and the blue sky faded into a dusty, cobwebby grey. The birds rose higher and higher. Until they were no more than tiny dots, and finally the last dot disappeared. Chloe and Jake were standing beside the spinning wheel. They looked at one another. Chloe bit her lip. Jake gulped. Without looking back, they crept out of the attic.